Morgan Le Fay vs. Enchantress. Dark Sorceress dual visuals fade in. Mist-covered forests, ancient castles perched on cliffs, mystical energies swirling in the air. Close-ups of two powerful women, Morgan Le Fay with her enigmatic smile and Enchantress with a sly grin, both preparing for an epic showdown. Welcome back to another thrilling episode where we pit the most formidable characters against each other. Today, we're diving deep into the mystical realms to witness an epic clash between two of the most powerful sorceresses ever, Morgan Le Fay and the Enchantress. Ever wondered who would come out on top in a duel of dark magic? Stick around, 'cause we're about to find out. Alright, let's kick things off with the legendary Morgan Le Fay. If you're a fan of Arthurian legends, you've probably heard her name whispered with a mix of awe and fear. So, who is she? Origins and backstory. Morgan Le Fay hails from the rich tapestry of Arthurian legend. She's the half-sister of King Arthur, born to Igraine and her first husband, Gorlois, the Duke of Cornwall. With royal blood running through her veins, Morgan was destined for greatness, or perhaps infamy. From a young age, she dabbled in the mystical arts. Some tales suggest she was mentored by Merlin himself, while others hint at ancient druidic teachings. Either way, she became a powerful enchantress, weaving spells that could rival the greatest wizards of her time. Powers and abilities. Morgan isn't just any sorceress. She's got a mastery of dark magic and necromancy, allowing her to raise the dead and command spirits. She's a skilled shape-shifter, transforming into animals or even other people to suit her needs. Oh, and did I mention immortality? Yep, she's got that too. Plus, her healing abilities mean she can mend wounds that would be fatal to others. And let's not forget her command over mystical creatures, dragons. Anyone? Notable feats. Morgan's no stranger to epic deeds. She played a significant role in manipulating events leading to the fall of Camelot. From deceiving her brother Arthur to clashing with the mighty Merlin, she's always been at the heart of the kingdom's most pivotal moments. Remember the sword Excalibur? In some tales, Morgan was instrumental in its lore, sometimes even attempting to steal it for her own purposes. She's tangled with the Knights of the Round Table, using her cunning to outwit even the bravest knights. Switching gears to the Marvel Universe, let's introduce Amora the Enchantress. Origins and backstory. Born in the mystical realm of Asgard, Amora is one of the most powerful sorceresses in Marvel Comics. She didn't have a traditional upbringing. Instead, she left home early to pursue the study of magic, learning under the wing of Karnilla, the Norn queen. But Amora being Amora, she was eventually expelled for, let's say, not following the rules. Undeterred, she continued to hone her craft, becoming the enchantress we know today. Powers and abilities. Amora's got skills, no doubt about it. She's an expert in seduction and manipulation, often using her enchanting beauty to get what she wants. But don't let that fool you. She's a master of Asgardian magic and spells that can rival even Loki's trickery. Her Asgardian physiology grants her enhanced strength, longevity, and durability. So, she's not just about magic, she can throw down physically if needed. And her magical abilities? Teleportation, energy blasts, mind control, the list goes on. Notable feats. The Enchantress has had numerous encounters and battles with Thor, sometimes as an adversary, other times as a complex sort of ally. She's even tangled with the Avengers, often manipulating heroes to serve her own purposes. She's formed alliances with villains like Loki, teaming up to create all sorts of mischief in the Nine Realms and Earth alike. One of her boldest moves was attempting to overthrow Odin himself. Talk about ambitious. Let's get down to business. Who's got the edge? Let's break it down. Magical proficiency. Both ladies are top tier when it comes to magic. Morgan's magic is rooted in ancient druidic and mystical practices, tapping into the very essence of the earth and beyond. Her powers are vast, and she's had centuries to refine them. Enchantress, on the other hand, wields Asgardian magic, which is no joke. She's learned from some of the best in Asgard, and her spells are both potent and versatile. Tactics and strategies. Morgan is a master of cunning and long-term scheming. She plays the long game, setting events into motion that unfold over years or even centuries. Enchantress excels in charm and deception, often manipulating those around her to do her bidding without lifting a finger. She's quick on her feet and can adapt her plans on the fly. Physical abilities. While both are formidable, Enchantress's Asgardian physiology gives her an edge in physical strength and durability. Morgan relies more on her magic and wit in combat situations. Weaknesses. Morgan's ties to the mortal realm can sometimes be a vulnerability. Certain artifacts or spells rooted in her origin can weaken her. Enchantress's overconfidence and emotional susceptibilities, especially where Thor is concerned, can cloud her judgment. She's also had her magic backfire when she underestimates her opponents. Imagine this. A mystical battleground where magic crackles in the air. Dark skies loom overhead, ancient ruins stand testament to battles long forgotten, and swirling energies illuminate the scene. Let the battle begin. Setting the scene, Morgan Le Fay steps forward, eyes glowing with arcane power. Across from her, the Enchantress smirks, a sly sparkle in her gaze. Both are at their peak, power surging. Battle commences. Without warning, Morgan casts the first spell, sending tendrils of dark energy spiraling towards Enchantress. Enchantress counters with a shimmering barrier, the dark tendrils dissolving upon contact. Morgan summons mystical creatures, shadowy beasts emerging from the ground. Enchantress responds by weaving illusions, causing the creatures to turn on Morgan. Clash of powers. The air is thick with magic as spells fly back and forth. Reality itself seems to warp as they tap into deeper reserves of power. Enchantress unleashes a blast of energy, but Morgan absorbs it, channeling it back threefold. They both attempt to alter the battlefield. Morgan tries to envelop the area in eternal night, while Enchantress summons light from the stars to pierce the darkness. Mind games and deception. Enchantress, ever the seductress, tries to manipulate Morgan's mind. "We could rule together," she whispers, her voice dripping with charm. But Morgan, wise to such tricks, smiles knowingly. "I've played this game for centuries," she retorts, casting a spell that reflects the manipulation back at Enchantress. Turning point. Frustrated, Enchantress decides it's time to pull out the big guns. She retrieves a powerful artifact, the Crystal of Souls, amplifying her magic exponentially. Morgan, not to be outdone, calls upon the sword Excalibur, having wrested it from its resting place. The blade hums with ancient power. The clash intensifies. Excalibur meets Enchantress's amplified magic in a dazzling explosion of energy. The very ground trembles. Conclusion of the duel. In a decisive move, Morgan channels the power of Excalibur to disrupt the Crystal of Souls, causing a backlash of energy that knocks Enchantress off her feet. Seizing the moment, Morgan binds Enchantress with enchanted chains forged from her own magic. The battle subsides as Enchantress admits defeat, at least for now. The dust settles. Both sorceresses stand, weary but respectful of each other's power. Analyzing the outcome. So, why did Morgan Le Fay emerge victorious in our epic duel? Why the victor won? Morgan's centuries of experience and her ability to anticipate Enchantress's moves gave her the upper hand. While Enchantress relied heavily on manipulation and quick spells, Morgan's deep well of ancient magic and her strategic mind allowed her to outmaneuver her opponent. Her use of Excalibur, a legendary artifact, tipped the scales. By disrupting the Crystal of Souls, she not only neutralized Enchantress's advantage but turned it against her. Lessons from the duel. This clash teaches us about the depth of power that comes from experience and knowledge. Morgan's patient and calculated approach highlights the importance of understanding one's opponent. It also shows that while ambition and raw power are formidable, they can be overcome by wisdom and strategy. The nature of dark magic is unpredictable, and those who wield it must do so with care. What a ride, huh? Let's recap. We've got Morgan Le Fay, the ancient sorceress from Arthurian legend, wielding deep-rooted magic and centuries of experience. Then there's Amora the Enchantress, the Asgardian powerhouse with her charm, cunning, and potent spells. Both are incredibly strong, but in our duel, Morgan's strategic depth and experience gave her the edge. But hey, that's just one take. What do you think? Was Morgan the rightful victor, or do you believe the Enchantress had more to offer? Thanks for joining us on this magical journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more epic showdowns. Got a sorceress or sorcerer you'd like to see in the next duel? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. Also, follow us on our socials for behind-the-scenes content and updates. Until next time, stay magical.